The room goes silent. Conor leans back, grinning like he already won. Khabib sits perfectly still, eyes locked forward. The moderator tries to keep control, but everyone knows this isn't just a press conference. This is two fighters measuring each other before the real war begins. One talks, one waits, and the tension is about to explode. The T-Mobile Arena press room is packed wall to wall. Photographers jostle for position along the sides. Journalists lean forward in their seats, recorders raised. Security guards stand at every corner, arms crossed, eyes scanning. The air conditioning hums, but it doesn't cut the heat. This isn't just another fight announcement. This is Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. UFC 229. Las Vegas. October 6, 2018. The room knows what's coming. The moderator, a UFC official in a crisp suit, taps the microphone twice. "All right, let's keep this professional," he says. No one believes him. The long table at the front holds 2 microphones, 2 bottles of water, and 2 chairs. Dana White sits in the center, flanked by empty seats. He checks his watch. The press waits. Cameras flash even though no one's there yet. A door opens on the left side of the room. Khabib Nurmagomedov walks in first. 29 years old. Short dark hair, neatly trimmed beard. He wears a black Reebok tracksuit, the UFC logo stitched on the chest. His face is calm. No smile. No frown. Just focus. He moves through the room like he's walking into a training session, not a media circus. His team follows, his father Abdulmanap, his coach Javier Mendez, a couple of training partners. Khabib takes the seat on the right side of the table. He adjusts the microphone, leans back, and folds his hands in his lap. His eyes are forward, not scanning the crowd, not looking at the cameras, just forward. A minute later, the door on the opposite side swings open. The room erupts. Conor McGregor strides in, and every camera in the room pivots toward him. 30 years old. Slick back dark hair, trimmed beard with a sharp line. He's wearing a custom 3-piece suit, dark green with gold pinstripes, tailored perfectly, white shirt underneath, no tie. His walk is slow, deliberate, like he's entering a throne room. He stops halfway to the table, spreads his arms wide, and grins at the crowd. "Miss me," he shouts. Laughter ripples through the press section. Khabib doesn't move. Conor walks the rest of the way, pulls out his chair, and sits down. He leans back, one arm draped over the backrest, legs spread wide. He picks up the microphone with his free hand and taps it twice. "Let's have some fun," he says. Dana White clears his throat and leans into his mic. "All right, we're here to talk about UFC 229. October 6th, the biggest fight of the year. Conor McGregor returns to the octagon to face the undefeated lightweight champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov. He gestures to both fighters. "Gentlemen, the floor is yours." The moderator steps back. The room holds its breath. Conor leans forward first, grinning wide. "You know what I love about this?" he says, his Irish accent thick and playful. "I love that everyone in this room knows how this ends. I walk in. I knock him out. I take my belt back. Simple as that." He taps the table twice for emphasis. The press section murmurs. Khabib sits perfectly still. His hands are still folded. His face hasn't changed. Conor tilts his head, staring at him. "You got nothing to say, yeah? Just gonna sit there like a good little Dagestani." Still nothing. Conor laughs, shaking his head. "This is what I'm talking about. No personality. No fire. Just a boring wrestler who thinks he's a fighter." Khabib finally speaks, his voice low and steady. "You talk too much." That's it. 3 words. The room goes quiet. Conor's grin widens. Oh, he speaks. "Ladies and gentlemen, the champ has words." He leans back again, arms spread. "Go on then. Say something interesting. Entertain us." Khabib's eyes shift slightly, locking onto Conor for the first time. "You think this is game," he says, his accent thick but clear. "You think you make joke, people laugh, you win. But October 6th, no joke. No camera. Just me and you. And I will show you what real fight is. The press section leans in. Conor chuckles, shaking his head. Real fight? Mate, I've been in real fights while you were wrestling bears in the mountains. I've knocked out the best in the world. You? You've wrestled a bunch of nobodies and held him down till they got bored. Khabib's jaw tightens, but his voice stays calm. We will see. Conor leans forward now, elbows on the table, microphone close to his mouth. Yeah, we will see. We'll see you on your back, looking up at the lights, wondering what the hell just happened. Because that's what I do. I take your soul. I take your confidence. I take everything you thought you were, and I shatter it in front of the world. He points at Khabib. And when it's over, you'll go back to Dagestan and wrestle your bears. And I'll go back to being the face of this sport. The press erupts with questions, but the moderator raises a hand. We'll take questions in a minute. Let them finish. Khabib leans forward now, just slightly. You talk about my country. You talk about my father. You talk about my religion. You think this make you strong. His voice is still calm, but there's an edge now, sharp and cold. This make you weak. Because you have no respect. You have no honor. You only have big mouth. Conor grins wider. Honor? Mate, honor doesn't win fights. Fists do. And mine are faster, harder, and more accurate than yours will ever be. Khabib doesn't blink. October 6th, I will change your face. The room goes dead silent. Even Conor pauses for half a second. Then he laughs, loud and theatrical. Change my face? You're gonna have to catch me first, and good luck with that. I'm a ghost in there. You'll be swinging at air while I'm putting you to sleep. A journalist raises his hand, and the moderator nods. Conor, you've been out of the octagon for 2 years. Do you think ring rust will be a factor? Conor doesn't even look at the journalist. He keeps his eyes on Khabib. Ring rust? I could take 2 decades off and still walk through this guy. I'm a natural. I don't need to train to be great. I just am. He smirks. But don't worry, I've been sharp. Real sharp. You'll see. Another journalist jumps in. Khabib, Conor's striking is world-class. How do you plan to deal with that? Khabib's expression doesn't change. I take him down. I make him tired. I break him. Simple. Conor laughs again. Simple? Mate, I've trained with Olympic-level wrestlers. I've stuffed takedowns from guys twice your size. You think you're special? You're not. Khabib's eyes narrow, just a fraction. We will see, he repeats. Conor leans back again, shaking his head. You keep saying that. We will see. That's all you got. No threats? No promises? Just we will see? He looks at the press. This is your champion, ladies and gentlemen. A man of many words. The press laughs nervously. Khabib's face remains stone. Another question comes from the back. Conor, there's been a lot of personal tension between you two. Do you think that affects the fight? Conor's grin fades slightly, and his tone sharpens. Personal? Nah. This is business. He's got something I want, and I'm gonna take it. Simple as that. All the rest? That's just noise to sell tickets. He glances at Khabib. But yeah, I don't like him. And he doesn't like me. So it'll be fun to watch. Khabib's voice cuts through, calm but firm. This is not about like or not like. This is about respect. You have none. So I will teach you. Conor snorts. Teach me? The only thing you're going to teach me is how to avoid boredom while you try to wrestle me for 5 rounds. He leans forward again. But here's the thing. You won't get 5 rounds. You'll be lucky to make it out of the first. The moderator tries to step in. All right, let's keep it civil. Conor cuts him off. Civil? Mate, we're about to lock ourselves in a cage and try to knock each other unconscious. There's nothing civil about it. He points at Khabib again. And when I'm done with you, you'll wish you stayed in Dagestan. Khabib stands up slowly, his chair scraping against the floor. The room tenses. Security shifts forward. Khabib doesn't move toward Conor. He just stands there, looking down at him. You talk about Dagestan like it is insult. he says, his voice low and controlled. But Dagestan make me strong. Dagestan teach me discipline. Dagestan make me champion. What make you? Trash talk? Nice suit. He gestures to Conor's outfit. You look like clown. The press gasps. Conor's grin turns into a sharp smile. He stands up too, slower, more deliberate. A clown? That's rich coming from a guy who dresses like he's about to rob a gas station. He adjusts his suit jacket. This is class, mate. Something you wouldn't know about. Khabib takes one step forward. Security moves in immediately, forming a line between the two fighters. Dana White stands up, hands raised. All right, that's enough. We're done here. But Khabib doesn't move back. His eyes are locked on Conor. October 6th, he says, his voice cutting through the noise. You will understand who I am. Conor laughs, loud and mocking. Oh, I already know who you are. You're the guy I'm gonna retire. He waves a hand dismissively. Enjoy your last few weeks as champ, mate. I'm coming for that belt, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Dana White steps between them, voice firm. Enough. Both of you, sit down or we're ending this now. Conor shrugs, sitting back down casually. Khabib remains standing for a moment longer, then slowly lowers himself back into his chair. The tension doesn't leave. The moderator clears his throat nervously. We'll take one more question. A journalist near the front raises her hand. Khabib, Conor has said he's going to knock you out in the first round. Do you believe he has that power? Khabib's face is unreadable. He have power in his mouth, not in his fist. The press chuckles. Conor grins. We'll see about that, won't we? Another journalist jumps in without waiting. Conor, if you lose this fight, does that end your legacy? Conor's grin fades. His tone sharpens. If? There's no if. I don't lose. I don't come this far to lose to some wrestler who can't throw a punch. I'm the king of this sport, and kings don't fall to peasants. He taps the table. Next question. A journalist from the side speaks up. Khabib, what's your game plan for this fight? Khabib's answer is immediate. Smesh. The room erupts in laughter. Even some of the press can't help but smile. Conor shakes his head, grinning. Smesh. That's cute. Real technical, mate. Khabib doesn't smile. You will see my technical. Conor leans forward, eyes locked on Khabib. Yeah? Then bring it. Because I'm ready for whatever you got. Takedowns, ground and pound, all that boring wrestler nonsense. I've trained for it. I've prepared for it. And when you realize you can't hold me down, when you realize I'm too fast, too smart, too good, you're gonna panic. And that's when I put you away. Khabib's voice drops lower. I never panic. You panic when I take you down and you cannot breathe. The room goes quiet again. Conor's grin doesn't fade, but his eyes sharpen. We'll see who's breathing and who's not. The moderator tries again. All right, I think we've covered enough. Conor raises a hand. Nah, I got something else to say. He looks directly at Khabib. You think you're undefeated because you're good. But you're undefeated because you haven't fought anyone like me. You fought guys who respect you, who play your game. I don't respect you. I don't care about your record. And I sure as hell ain't playing your game. I'm playing mine. And in my game, you lose. Khabib stares back, unblinking. In my game, you tap. The press explodes with noise. Questions fly from every direction. Cameras flash nonstop. Security moves closer to the table. Dana White stands again. All right, we're done. That's it. No more questions. Conor stands first, adjusting his suit jacket. He flashes one last grin at the cameras, throws a mock salute to the press, and walks toward the exit. Khabib stands slowly. He doesn't look at Conor, doesn't look at the press. He picks up his water bottle, tucks it under his arm, and walks off in the opposite direction. His face is still calm, still focused, but his eyes carry something different now, something colder. The room empties slowly, but the energy lingers. Journalists huddle together, replaying what just happened. Photographers scroll through their shots, looking for the perfect frame. Security guards exchange glances, shaking their heads. One of them mutters, "October 6th is gonna be insane." Another nods. "Yeah, this ain't just a fight anymore." Outside the press room, Conor walks through the hallway, his team surrounding him. He's laughing, loose, confident. "Did you see his face?" he says to one of his coaches. "He's rattled. I got in his head." His coach nods, but doesn't say anything. Conor keeps walking, grinning like he already won. On the other side of the building, Khabib walks in silence. His father walks beside him, hand on his shoulder. Javier Mendez follows close behind. No one speaks. They reach a private room, and Khabib sits down on a bench. He takes a slow breath, then looks at his father. Abdulmanap's expression is serious. "You did good," he says in Russian. "You stayed calm." Khabib nods. "He talked too much." His father smiles slightly. "Let him talk. October 6th, you will do the talking with your fists." Khabib's jaw tightens. He nods again. Back in the press room, Dana White is surrounded by reporters. "Dana, do you think this fight is going to be as big as Mayweather-McGregor?" someone asks. Dana grins. "Bigger. This is personal. This is real. And these two genuinely don't like each other. That's the kind of energy you can't fake." Another reporter chimes in. "Are you worried about what might happen on fight night?" Dana pauses, then shrugs. "Look, they're professionals. They know how to handle themselves. But yeah, I'm keeping extra security on standby, just in case." The footage from the press conference spreads across the internet within minutes. Twitter explodes with clips. Conor's grin, Khabib's stare, the moment Khabib stood up. Reddit threads dissect every word. YouTube compilations rack up millions of views. The world is watching. The hype is building. And everyone knows, this isn't just about a belt. This is about two men who genuinely want to hurt each other. October 6th is 3 weeks away. 3 weeks of training camps. 3 weeks of media appearances. 3 weeks of trash talk and mind games. But none of it will matter more than what just happened in that press room. Because Conor McGregor said he would knock Khabib out. And Khabib Nurmagomedov said he would break Conor's face. And now, the world gets to see who is telling the truth. The press conference is over. But the war has just begun.